Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that digs into compelling sources to pull out those really vital, sometimes surprising, and honestly incredibly useful insights.
That's the plan.
And today we're tackling something we all face. The storms of life. You know that feeling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those sudden problems, unexpected setbacks, trials that just seem to hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah, they can feel overwhelming. You just want them to stop.
Exactly. You feel caught, and your first instinct is just run, get away. But what if that instinct, that running away, actually makes the storm last longer, makes us suffer more?
That's the core question.
So today we're diving into this powerful metaphor, asking, when these storms hit, inevitably, do we act like cows or do we act like buffalo?
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because what's really insightful here, I think, is how our choice in facing these storms, it doesn't just affect how bad it feels in the moment.
Right.
It actually seems to determine whether we just drag out the suffering or if we actually come out stronger, because of it.
Stronger because of the storm.
Exactly. So our mission today is to really explore that idea. We'll use that animal metaphor. We'll dive into Nassim Nicholas Taleb's concept of antifragility.
Ah, Taleb. Good stuff.
Yeah, really powerful. And we'll ground it all with some real-world examples, things you can connect with.
Okay, so let's start with the cow.
Yeah.
Picture it. Big, open field, storm clouds gathering.
You can see it. Thunder rolling in.
And the cow's first instinct.
Panic.
Total panic. They turn around, tails to the storm, and they run away from it. They think distance equals safety.
Seems logical, right? Get away from the bad thing.
But here's the twist, and this is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. They run in the same direction the storm is moving.
Oh, wow. So the storm.
Storm always catches them. And worse, because they're running with it, they end up staying inside the storm much, much longer.
Oof. So they're prolonging it, making it last. More exhaustion, more misery.
Exactly. It's this, painful picture of just wasted effort, almost.
And this avoidance thing, it's not just cows, is it? It feels very human.
Oh, absolutely. Think about how we react to our own storms. Financial troubles piling up.
Avoid the bills. Don't check the bank account.
A relationship breaking down.
Get off the hard conversation. Hope it just fixes itself.
Career rejection.
Health scare.
Yeah. We might try to ignore it, pretend it's not happening, convince ourselves we're just, buying time or easing the immediate pain.
But that's the paradox of avoidance, isn't it?
It really is. By trying to escape that immediate discomfort, you actually sign up for a much longer, more agonizing time in the storm.
The sources are really clear on this.
Yeah, avoidance doesn't solve anything. It just lets the pain drag on, lets the anxiety build up. That weight of uncertainty just gets heavier and heavier.
Okay, so that's the cow. Running away, suffering longer. Now, the buffalo.
Right. It's a
same storm coming, same dark clouds, same thunder. What do?
Something completely different. They don't panic.
No panic. They wait. They watch it approach.
And then, instead of turning tail, they do the absolute opposite. They turn towards the storm.
Wow.
And they charge directly into the chaos, straight into the eye of it.
Okay, but the storm still hits them, right? It's still wind and rain.
Oh, absolutely. It's not fun. It still pelts them. It's rough. But, and this is the key, because they run through it head on instead of away from it.
Their time in the storm is shorter.
Much shorter. Remarkably brief, actually. They pass through the worst of it quickly and emerge on the other side.
Faster and presumably less exhausted than the cows.
Faster, stronger, and freer. That's the image.
That's more than just animal behavior, isn't it? That's a powerful metaphor.
Totally.
For courage, really. Resilience. Making that conscious choice to just face the adversity directly.
Leaning into the discomfort.
Exactly. When we do that, when we have that tough conversation, make that hard decision, face the scary situation, we cut through it faster.
Reduce the duration of the suffering.
Drastically reduce it. And that's where we find the path to, actual growth, real transformation. It's not about loving pain.
Right.
It's about strategic engagement. Getting through it effectively.
Which raises that question you mentioned. How does this connect to a bigger idea? Why does facing the storm work so well?
Right. And this is where it gets really fascinating, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
This whole buffalo mindset perfectly mirrors Nassim Taleb's concept of antifragility.
Ah, okay. From his book, Antifragile.
Exactly. And it completely flips how we usually think about risk and dealing with difficulty.
So break down antifragility for us. What does Taleb mean by that?
Okay, so Taleb basically lays out three categories, three ways things respond to stress or shock. First, you've got the fragile. Think of like a wine glass or something marked handle with care.
Okay. Needs stability.
Exactly. Put it under stress, shock it, drop it. It shatters. It needs calm to survive.
Makes sense. What's next?
Then you have the robust. Think of something solid like a heavy rock or maybe a cast iron skillet.
Okay, sturdy.
Yeah. It can take stress. It endures shocks without breaking easily. It resists harm. But, and this is key, it doesn't improve from the shocks.
It just survives. Stays the same.
Right. It holds its own, but it doesn't get stronger.
Okay, fragile, robust, and the third one is antifragile.
This is the mind bender, the antifragile. These systems or things don't just endure stress and chaos.
They get stronger from it.
They actually benefit from volatility, shock, disorder. They get stronger because of the hits they take.
Like the mythical Hydra. Cut off one head.
To grow back. Perfect example. The harm literally makes it more powerful. So it's way beyond just bouncing back. It's bouncing back better.
Wow. So antifragility isn't just resilience.
No, it's more active. It's growth from chaos. Living anti-fragile, then, is basically choosing what the buffalo does instinctively.
Facing the randomness.
Voluntarily confronting that randomness, that chaos, that uncertainty. And by doing that, you shorten the pain, you minimize the actual harm, and you emerge better equipped than you were before.
Okay, but how does that work? How does getting hit make something stronger?
Well, what's really profound, Taleb argues, is that the anti-fragility of a big system often relies on the fragility of its smaller parts.
Okay. Unpack that a bit.
Think about evolution. Individual animals or plants, they're fragile, they can die, they face challenges.
Right.
But those individual struggles, successes, and failures provide crucial information. They drive adaptation. The species as a whole learns, evolves, gets stronger because individuals were tested and some failed.
So the individual fragility serves the collective anti-fragility?
Precisely. The economy is similar. Individual businesses might fail. That's fragility. But those failures clear out inefficiency, signal market needs. The overall industry or economy adapts and strengthens.
Okay, I see. The shocks force the system to adapt.
And more than adapt, they force it to build extra capacity, to overcompensate. Like if a system survives a shock, it often rebuilds stronger than it needed to be just for that shock, preparing it for future, maybe even bigger ones.
Which leads to that counterintuitive point.
Yeah, that calm, stable, predictable environments, the ones we often strive for, actually make systems fragile.
Because they never get tested, never build that extra capacity.
Exactly. Volatility, randomness, shocks, they aren't just things to survive, they're essential for anti-fragility to even develop.
Wow. So trying to shield ourselves from every little bump in the road
might actually make us more vulnerable when a really big storm hits.
Yeah.
Taleb would say, absolutely. It's like preventing every small forest fire.
Leads to a buildup of fuel.
And then you get a massive, catastrophic mega fire later. Our obsession with eliminating all volatility, what he calls naive interventionism.
Trying to over-engineer everything for perfect safety.
Yeah, our good intentions can actually backfire, making us and society more fragile in the long run.
That makes a scary amount of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make this even more concrete. Connect this buffalo mindset, this anti-fragility, to some real-world stuff.
Get that idea.
Take weightlifting. Seems pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
You lift weights, you get stronger.
But think about how it works. Each rep is a deliberate stressor.
You're pushing your muscles.
You're actually causing tiny microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. It is damage on a small scale.
Right. It feels like damage sometimes.
Exactly. But those micro tears, that's the signal. That's what tells the body, hey, we need to rebuild here and make it stronger than before.
So the body overcompensates, builds back stronger.
Precisely. The very act of facing that stress, that damage, is what drives the growth. It's a perfect small-scale example of charging into the storm to build resilience. Anti-fragile muscles.
Love that. What's another one?
How about something bigger like immigrating to a totally new country?
Okay, yeah. Huge disruption.
Massive chaos, right. New language, new culture, different rules. Everything's unfamiliar. It can feel like total disorder, a huge storm.
Definitely.
But that intense, unpredictable environment, it forces adaptation. It forces reinvention on such a deep level.
You have no choice but to figure things out.
Right. Immigrants often become incredibly anti-fragile because they're constantly tested, constantly problem-solving in unpredictable situations. And very often, they rise higher, become more capable than people who stayed in seemingly safer, more predictable environments.
That navigation of chaos builds strength.
It builds unique capabilities. It's anti-fragility in action.
That makes me think of J.K. Rowling, her story.
Good one. Yeah.
Before Harry Potter blew up, she was really struggling. Single mother, on welfare,
Trying to get published.
and getting rejected. Not just once or twice.
Yeah.
Dozens of times.
A relentless storm of no must have been brutal.
Absolutely. She could easily have run from that storm, right?
Yeah.
Given up, said, this is too hard, it's not worth it.
Totally understandable if she had.
But she didn't. She kept facing it, kept sending the manuscript out, kept believing. She charged into rejection after rejection.
Until finally.
Yes. And that changed everything. She didn't just survive her storm, she became anti-fragile through that persistence. The rejections, in a way, forged her resolve.
And that highlights another key point, I think. Facing these storms, it doesn't mean you have to do it alone.
Good point. The buffalo don't charge alone, do they?
No, they charge as a herd. And for us, our herd can be our family, our friends, mentors, our community.
The people who support us?
Exactly. Their support, their encouragement, maybe just listening. That can be the shield that helps us keep moving when things get tough.
So adversity doesn't just change us, it can change our relationships too.
Yeah, it can deepen bonds. Shared struggle can bring people closer. It's another way adversity becomes a forge for transformation.
This whole framework is really powerful.
Yeah.
So for you listening right now, let's bring it home.
Yeah.
What's the storm you might be running from? That thing you're avoiding?
Could be anything, right?
Totally. Is it that difficult conversation you know you need to have with someone?
Or a financial mess you keep putting off dealing with?
Maybe a career change you're scared to make? Or a health issue you're trying to ignore? Whatever it is, the message from these ideas seems clear. The longer you run like the cow,
The longer that storm dominates your life, the more power you give it.
but the sooner you turn and face it, like the buffalo.
The sooner you move through it and get to the other side.
Sooner than you think, maybe.
Yeah. And it's not about predicting the future perfectly because, let's face it, we can't.
Right. Storms happen unexpectedly.
Exactly. So the goal isn't prediction, it's preparation. It's positioning yourself to actually benefit from the unpredictable.
How do we do that practically?
Well, Taleb offers a strategy he calls the barbell strategy.
Okay, barbell, like weights on the ends.
Exactly. Picture that. He suggests putting, say, 90% of your resources, your money, maybe even your time or energy into extremely safe, low-risk things.
Okay, the safe, heavy weight on one side. Protected.
Right. This part is robust. It protects your downside. You won't lose much here.
Got it. What's on the other end?
Then, with the remaining 10%, the other side of the barbell, you take small bets in highly speculative, high-risk, high-potential upside areas.
So small bets, but where the payoff could be huge.
Exactly. Things that are exposed to positive volatility. Your potential loss is capped at that 10%, but the potential gain could be massive. It's a way to be safe and benefit from randomness.
That's clever. Protect most of it, but expose a little bit to potentially huge gains, being anti-fragile with your resources.
Precisely. Knowing where to be robust, where to be fragile in a controlled way, and setting yourself up to gain from chaos.
And does this apply beyond just money? Like how we take advice?
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Taleb hammers home this idea of skin in the game.
Skin in the game, meaning...
Meaning the people giving advice or making decisions should personally suffer the consequences if they're wrong.
So they have something to lose.
Exactly. Think back to the 2008 financial crisis. Lots of experts said everything was fine.
Right before it crashed.
Yeah. And when it did most of them lose their jobs or face real consequences? Largely, no. They didn't have enough skin in the game. Their advice was disconnected from personal risk.
So be wary of advice from people who aren't exposed to the downside of that advice.
That's a big part of it. Look at what people do, not just what they say. Where do they put their own money, their own energy? That tells you what they really believe.
That reveals their true confidence.
For sure. And it helps us avoid what Taleb calls the turkey problem.
The turkey problem. Okay, I have to hear this.
It's a great analogy. Imagine a turkey on a farm.
Okay.
Every single day. For 1,000 days, the farmer comes out, brings food. Nice farmer.
Lucky turkey.
The turkey starts feeling pretty confident, builds a nice mental model. Farmer, food provider, life is good and predictable. Its confidence grows every single day.
Makes sense, based on the evidence.
Until day 1001.
Uh-oh.
Thanksgiving.
Right. The unexpected catastrophic event based on past data.
Exactly. The turkey problem is our tendency to look at the past, assume things will continue as they have, and become incredibly vulnerable to those rare, high-impact, unforeseen events, the black swans.
Because we extrapolate from incomplete data. We think the absence of disaster means disaster is impossible.
Precisely. Anti-fragility, then, is about being ready for Thanksgiving Day, not just assuming every day will be another feeding day. It's about understanding that the worst event you've experienced isn't necessarily the worst possible event.
Wow. Okay. So this whole deep dive really brings it down to a fundamental choice, doesn't it?
It seems so.
When life storms hit,
Yeah.
and they will... Are you going to run like the cow?
Yeah.
Stay stuck in it, prolonging the misery, ending up exhausted? Or do you embrace the buffalo's wisdom, turn into the chaos, face it head on, and get through it faster? Emerge stronger, wiser, freer on the other side.
It's a compelling choice.
And remembering, too, that no storm lasts forever. They all pass eventually. Adversity isn't the enemy here.
No, it's the forge of resilience, transformation, real growth.
Yeah.
You know, the world often tells us, implicitly or explicitly, play it safe, avoid risk, stay comfortable.
Build high walls.
Right. But maybe a life completely shielded from all storms, a life without that necessary volatility, maybe that's actually a life limited in its potential for growth.
A life that stays fragile.
Exactly. True success, maybe it's not just hitting a goal, but that ongoing process of expanding, discovering yourself, and maybe only adversity can really unlock that.
So a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, think about this. How could you maybe intentionally inject just small amounts of randomness, small microstorms into your routine?
Like what?
Oh, maybe taking a different route to work just to see what happens. Striking up a conversation with a stranger, deliberately trying to learn a skill that feels completely unfamiliar and maybe a bit uncomfortable.
Embracing tiny bits of uncertainty.
Exactly. How might leaning into that small-scale uncertainty spark unexpected ideas, opportunities, a bit of serendipity, and actually propel you forward in ways you just can't predict? How can you practice being the buffalo in small ways every day?